What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 90 of my Total Warhammer 3 Ikit Claw Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Corporal took on Thorok outside of Karag, and then promptly took the territory itself, destroying Thorok's faction at last. We will have no more trouble from those dwarfs and will thus be moving out towards either High Queen KHALIDA or the last defenders, depending on where Corporal feels like attacking next. We also have still a few battles, perhaps not this turn, but coming up shortly. Alberic de Bordelot is moving in and will be attacking Scalpite here, though hopefully he falls for an ambush. It's obviously dangerous for Scalpite, but really anything and everything is dangerous for Scalpite because, because of his current state and his army not having meant to fight armies. Anyway, let's see what we got left in terms of this turn. We didn't do the building last time because we were too busy with Corporal. Cypress & Co., you guys are good for now. Skryre, you are good. Quick Head Taker, yes, you need to take something. Not a head this time, but a territory. You cannot, by the looks of it, reach Darkhold, unfortunately. And while it would be nice to go for Crookback Mountain, we can also send Morphific to grab that just as easily. And we do want to take it back. Oh, we might benefit from allowing it to go to tier 5 so that it's worth more when we sack it, though. I'll think about it. Either way, Queek, take Ashridge Mountain so that there are no elves behind you. And then move northward afterwards. Alright, go, go, go. We will auto-resolve this garbage little garrison, and we will sack it, and then hopefully we can still move in and take it. Yes, we can. Hey, and we got a Tormentor Sword out of that, and an Elf Thing Slave. Income from all buildings plus 10% local region. Oh, huh. Well, that's actually quite useful, minus the fact that, Wait, which one of our units actually increases income from places? I want to say that it's the Warlock Engineers, but I'm not 100% on it. If anybody does. Wait, no, it's the Assassins, isn't it? No, they replenish troops. Okay, well then where's our first Warlock Engineer? Murtra? No, you're a Pack Master, you have Scavenge. Lab Rats, increase mobility, boost income. Okay, yes, so it is these guys. Now, what's our most money-making province? It is the Wasteland, though the Western Badlands are very close to it, and honestly most of our high-tier provinces are quite close. That said, I want to double-check. Can we actually give heroes the Elf Thing Slave? Pick a hero, any hero. It doesn't matter. Well, actually it does sort of matter. But let's check. Elf Thing Slave... it's not ancillaries. Elf Thing Slave should be in here somewhere. There's the Beard Thing Sacrifice. You are able to be given to these guys. Okay, that's nice. And that's real nice. I guess the question is it worth it? Eshin Sorcerer costs 400 gold, rather. And yeah, it'll probably pay for itself, but is there any point then? Maybe with boost income. How much what's the upkeep on the Warlock Engineers? Still quite high. And I guess by doing this we could at least mill one of these guys. Maybe get a better one afterwards. Perceptive isn't bad though, we can actually put that in an army. Alright, get this guy with sharp claws right here, and then we will go for boost income. And I guess specialist in the steel toe. Now you know what, wound and block army, just in case we actually run into armies here. Like so. And then we will go to details and we will give you an Elf Thing Slave. Also gotta remember to put the engineering students to places where they aren't already. Income from all buildings further via Man Thing Slave. And is there anything else that will increase our income here? Siege items, blah 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 blah. Scribes, campaign movement range, great, but not super helpful here. Alright, and I believe that's it. So now, out of this place we currently make 5,000 gold. Damn, what was it before? Was it 4.4k? Because if this is up by 600, then it's worth it despite the cost here. Though only just slightly. I think one will be sufficient here for now. It does take up a space of an engineer that could be stealing things, as in stealing tech elsewhere. And though we will continue increasing capacity as we go. Anyway, who else needs to move, if anybody needs to move? We moved Queek, so he was last. They need a bunch of skill points assigned, but we'll do that before fighting the next battle. Oh, I didn't actually take the place. Take it, please, at tier 1. Like so, and then heal up nicely. Beautiful. You can also start upgrading that nest. No, you cannot, because the Fortress of Orag will upgrade next turn, so we'll prioritize that. We also got to try to get Bitter Bay from these guys somehow, so we can have the entire province. And we also got to remember to try to take Nagashazar at some point, especially since Clan Carrion can't be confederated. Not that this really gives us anything, just out of the principle of the thing. If we have a spare army that is in the vicinity, and maybe we'll do it. Anyway, Plague Rogue, you guys are up next. Ooh, no, we'll move you guys last, because you have to move a bunch of units around, and I don't feel like it right now. Boilrin, you are about to... Wait, first of all, you guys are the Eshin Assassin and Eshin Sorcerer. Yes, so replenish troops. Replenish troops. I didn't do that in the right order, did I? Sorcerer, Assassin, Sorcerer, yeah, so this Assassin needs to leave and then join back with the army next turn. Damn it. Alrighty, well, with the other Assassin, who... I forgot where he is. You're right here. Nurglost, move in, and you're nearly there. And then that'll be 20 out of 20. One more turn, unless I'm mistaken, until Deathmaster Snitch is back up and running. 2 more turns, alright. Well, I guess we can start moving you out. I'm just wondering whether we should replace you directly or not. You know what, I don't want to screw up our supply lines any further, so I think we'll just give this directly to Snitch. I also want to see exactly what he has in terms of his buffs, the degree to which he buffs Death Runners, though we already have Death Runners in a bunch of armies, so... We don't have any army that's based solely on Gutter Runners, and the one army that does have Gutter Runners barely has them. Anyway, Lord Skrolk, you're moving in, you're about to get 2 units of these guys, the Plague Priest, but I do want you to get a couple Poison Wind Mortars to complete the army. Is that sufficient? That looks sufficient to me. Yeah, I think that'll be a good stack, and then Skrolk, you're going to Lustria. And where else would you be going? Oh, look, it looks like there's an army here. I wonder what it is, and whether we'll have to deal with it. It depends on how elite of a stack it is, whatever it is. I do like how our allies always show us where enemies are by doing this. Yeah, see, there's another one here somewhere. We'll see. Alrighty, anybody else need to move, other than those guys that wanted to move their units around? Tretch Craventail, you're one of those. And Boilrin is good. Alright, so, Labrat, let's steal some tech. You're going to... just stay at Rothgar Spire here. Steel tech, 57%. Failure, what's it here? 64%. Yeah, you're heading up to Dracula Spire then. It's fine. And then you have Specialist, let's get your wound. I wonder if increased mobility increases his own mobility or not. Also, how are we doing with your friendliness? Yeah, they do like the hero actions against the Ancestral Throng, which is quite nice. Also, do we have the... Yeah, I want to get this mineshaft thing to potentially increase the Under Empire, because these things, well, they haven't been spreading out in a manner that I've appreciated. Alright, so you keep building up. Good. I'd like to send another Labrat out here as well, if possible, just to get even friendlier with Naggarond. 4k gold per turn is not something we want to turn down, especially as trade-focused as we are. Anyway, let's see. Warpatek, I don't remember who you are. Oh, right, you're out here. Yeah, and again, no, he's fine. Bok the Harmless, you want to assassinate Ono Hellstein here? Yes, indeed you do. Clerk, 8% assassination success chance. Do you already have one, perhaps? Yeah, you do. Alright, so if we get another assassin, we'll give him the Clerk. Alright, Compulum Corpable, the other Corpable, you guys are both heading towards Throt to join his army and to replace those Wolf Rats. High level though they may be, you guys will hopefully rise in levels as well. Next Labrat, you. Oh, you've already moved, okay. Are there other Labrats that we have not moved? Assassin, Murtra the Experimenter, you do need to move. Ah, there is another Labrat. You're going to join Obside the Experimenter so that the Experimenter brother rats can be in the same army. Where were you going? You're pretty far away, eh, Labrat? You have Cunning, which is actually fairly decent. I mean, I guess we could go up here and just start establishing undercities in our allies, but honestly, at this point, I don't think we care. It's better to just steal tech from these guys, so yeah, just keep going this way. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that this guy had cunning and thereby helped armies nearby, I would have just deleted him and gotten another warlock engineer somewhere here instead, because it'll be a shorter path to travel. But oh well. Assassin. Ah, the other assassin, do you have a clerk? You do have a clerk. Damn it, they all have clerks. Okay. Is there anything you can do that would be useful to us? I mean, I guess I could try to block one of these armies. Ongrim's gonna die, most likely. Assault units, 23% success chance. Ugh. 30% success chance. 47%. Try to assault the garrison. Even though that's kind of... Ooh, you know what? No, never mind, don't do it. I was about to say, we should probably sack Mount Gunbad before taking it, so it's better to annoy these guys instead. There we go. Success, though, they'll heal up to full in a single round. Oh, there's so much healing on this army. How the heck? How do they even have this much healing? I wonder. They don't have a hero that's increasing their healing. Is this just an AI cheat? Because they're healing, by the looks of it, pretty much the maximum amount that units can heal, which is 50% of the amount of units. At least it's close to it. I gotta check if the AI actually gets heal buffs, because it's curious that this guy has so much healing. It has more healing than most of our armies, and we have heroes and stuff. But anyway, well, let's see if there's anything else, then we'll do buildings, then we'll end the turn, and then hopefully we'll get ourselves a fight. Let's see, anybody else, well, other than these three. We'll do those last. Yada yada yada, looks good to me. Alright, next up, buildings. Since it's been a while, let's start with the River Brienne. Usually we start from the bottom, we'll start from the top this time. And that was easy. Are you done? Yeah, you're done. I mean, I guess we could replace the breeding pit, but meh. Everything makes money. Help it. There was something we wanted to do here. We deleted something in favor of getting something else, but I can't for the life of me remember what it was. Probably one of these buildings, so that we can build more stuff out of here. I guess the question is, which kind of building would we need? We could make more money out of either of these, and in fact reduce the recruitment cost. But I still feel like we should probably go like Arsenal or Den of Secrets. Probably Arsenal. I assume that was the thing I wanted to do. But anyway, there's too many territories now. I no longer remember what I wanted to do in each individual territory. Carrick Norn... I mean, we do want to get those chained sentry beasts, but maybe eventually. Pillars of Grugnail, let's upgrade you. That's an easy upgrade. We'll return to the chained sentry beasts later, if needed. Bell Foundry for you, obviously arcane generators as well, and let's get your construction cavern up and running. We still have plenty of tech to move through, after all. And then we'll save those back tunnels. You're good? Next up, you, Erengrad. We are in the same situation here. You have your construction cavern, you have everything good, so really it's just a military building that we could construct if we wanted to. We could also get an anti-plague thing, but I think that's what we deleted here. I mean, Erengrad's not making nearly as much money as you would probably like. Even if it is I mean, 2.4k is good for a single territory, mind you. So expansion is planning, though. Do we just get another arsenal? Or do we just go for money? You know what? It's unlikely that we'll ever build anything here, so I think we'll just go for a money building, which is going to be the scrap heap. For the relatively unlikely situation that we actually build stuff here. It's not like we need growth or anything. And there you go. And honestly, this building is so cheap that we probably can just go back to exploitative planning for you as well. Alright, next up, Black Mountains, Kirkhern. Still waiting for an upgrade, but we skipped that last time, and we're going to skip it this time as well. Same with the Chain Sentry beasts here. Warpstone Reactor. And Construction Cavern, most definitely. And... do we need more Packmaster capacity? I don't remember. Let's see. What are we low on in terms of capacity? 6 out of 8. Maybe not low, but we could use more Packmasters. So it's either that or more money out of this. And frankly, this territory isn't making all that much cash. So maybe the Packmaster building would be good here. Yeah, alrighty. Sounds good to me. Marches of Kurun, same thing for you with that Bell Foundry. Misty Hills, you're up next. Complete upgrading that construction cavern and those warp lightning capacitors. Volksgrad, let's max out your... no, it's too expensive. At least for now. Alright, Wortbad, you're up next. So, you're missing both the generator and the Bell Foundry and the construction cavern because of that wine building. And that's fine, though. At least for now, we'll keep building up walls, and I'll build your wall as well. Alright, next up, Icetooth Mountains, Altar of the Crimson Harvest, 7.2k. It's pretty steep. We'll go back up this way and see if we have money afterwards. Alright, Nest Nursery for you, and Nest Nursery for you. Everybody gets a Nest Nursery. Arguelon. Yeah, we're gonna wait on you to upgrade all of these places at the same time. Nusero Gap we don't care about, X-Bite Pass, Winter's Teeth Pass we don't care about. Alrighty, which means we go back up and then we upgrade Altar of the Crimson Harvest. And then whatever else we can upgrade that's still expensive. Oh, this is the last upgrade this territory has, which means we upgrade it right now and we can pop it into exploitative planning. Beautiful. And Carcassonne, you are waiting for the Chain Sentry Beasts. But we can always do that with at the same time as all those. It's not like you're gonna fall to anything here. Alrighty, same thing for you, or we could just save more money for more upgrades. Actually, you know what, the back tunnels aren't really all that expensive. As opposed to the Sentry Beasts. Which we could still do, but, you know, we still need to upgrade a bunch of stuff here. So yeah, we can hold on to the rest of the cash. Alrighty, last thing we need to do before we end the turn and possibly get ourselves into multiple fights is this. So, Obside the Experimenter, you're gonna move here. And you're gonna swap out the Doom Wheels for those Hell Pit Abominations, and you're gonna give up one of your Plague Claw Catapults. It doesn't really matter which one. To Plague Roll, which will put you up to 19 out of 20. The reason it's 19 is because you're waiting for your Packmaster, who is going to be here shortly. We can also move to have you guys meet up next turn and then go together as a complete army. In fact, what we could probably do is jump down here and help out against the elves. I like that idea. Alright, then, Treacherclaw Tail and Plague Roll can Morphific. You're all actually supposed to swap a bunch of your units around, but we could do so at Mount Gunbad once your units are all together. So, Tretch, you're gonna move up this way. I doubt you'll get attacked. In fact, I'm pretty sure you can't get attacked because these guys can't go through Mount Gunbad. You're going to join Tretch for now. It's temporary, of course. And then we'll move Plague Roll up here as well. Or at least get close to Mount Gunbad, like so. Lovely. Oh wow, we have negative public order here. Shocking. I guess we don't have any public order buildings, even though we do have like 50,000 characters here. Yeah, alright, so one of these armies is finally basically complete. And I'm pretty excited to try it out. All these Death Globes and Poison Winds should be pretty fun, and those Hell Pits to take the hits for the army. I want to see how this army performs. We also need to get a bunch more Jezzails, don't we? Because I wanted to make an army that was based around Doom Wheels and Jezzails, like half and half. So the Doom Wheels act as skirmisher cav and the Jezzails snipe from a distance while the Doom Wheels do their thing. I think it'd be a pretty fun army. But yeah, we'll need to recruit Jezzails for that. We could build a arsenal over here at Mount Gunbad, or potentially we could recruit... there is an arsenal being constructed here in 2 turns, actually. We could construct it... We could build them here. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Alrighty, but either way, I believe that's it, so we can end the turn and potentially get attacked somewhere. Probably not here, most likely here. So let's see. Skip. Outpost upgrade available. Is this important? Altar of Spawns? No, it's not important. Wait, it's a tier 1 outpost. And I guess we could upgrade it to tier 2. Yeah, fine, let's upgrade it to tier 2. And there we go. And we do actually use the these guys' units occasionally, or at least we have in the past. Alright, Scalpite, let's see if you survive, buddy.
No time.
Scarby, come on, man. You're interrupting the camera work. Decline, please. And Scarby's gonna go down to Camry Town. Let's see if he can actually manage to take it out. And oh, Kiriella's going to attack first. This does not feel like it's worth fighting. I'm gonna hope that we don't take an insane amount of damage here. We took an insane amount of damage. Okay, that was a big error on my part. Oh well, not much we can do about it now. We'll have to fight even more damage than we were already. Okie dokie. Oh, but this army was garbage. Come on, we had 2 stacks auto-resolve. Ah, man. I feel like I've been screwed by auto-resolve 1,000 times, and yet I still manage to get surprised occasionally. We're going to... Well, I guess eating those captives is a point. Let's just sell them off. Alrighty. Alberic. You're gonna attack Scalpike now? You might as well. He's much more vulnerable. High Queen... Really? You're going to attack KHALIDA against Bilefitch. You would dare to attack Bilefitch. Foolish. Tremendously foolish. There's no way you can defeat Bilefitch. And not by yourself. Alright, well I guess we'll fight this cinematically. She does have a decent stack. And at the very least, there's a Cambrian War Sphinx and a Tomb Scorpion in there, both of which will be pretty darn hard to take down, plus KHALIDA herself. You gotta remember that she has that explosion ability, which is pretty darn damaging, so we have to be careful with our clan rats and our plague monks and whatnot. Anyway, here we go. Alrighty, here we go. Bilefitch is going to have to face off against more of KHALIDA's Tomb Kings, though this time Bilefitch actually has some defenders to command and not just the garrison in the settlement. Now, the way that we've set this up is we have all of our catapults on these bridges or rock, I don't know, plateau up here where they're relatively safe from the enemy, as in most of the enemy are deployed to go down this path or this path where they cannot physically reach our Plague Claw catapults. KHALIDA's deployed out here with her Screaming Skulls as well as a couple of units of infantry, but that's not the best place to be as it is in range of those Plague Claws that are on the bridge. And then we got most of our other units trying to defend the central area where we hope to build up another tower, as in a 2,000 point explosive tower. Alright, we're going to begin this with a bit of an artillery duel, and it looks like the enemy is going to get hit on those Screaming Skulls despite the first shot from those Plague Claws actually being aimed at the ranged units and the Tomb Guard here. And this is going to continue until morale improves. There we go, and it looks like these guys don't really know what to do. They can go around like this, but it will take some time. The Cambrian War Sphinx, rather, is moving in together with the Skeleton Chariots, and this is the scariest unit on the field, aside from KHALIDA herself. And there is also a Tomb Scorpion coming up this way, but chasing down Bilefitch is probably not going to end well. Speaking of Bilefitch, he did pop his Brass Orb, which, the effect looks kind of wonky right now for some reason, but it's okay. And it looks like he did some okay amount of damage there. In fact, 53 kills and 10k damage for a couple of spell uses, and not so bad. Alrighty, looks like the enemy has popped a Tomb Swarm on some of our clan rats here, but fortunately they're only clan rats, and we got plenty of more stuff where that came from. Our other catapults are firing into these blobs of Tomb Guard, which are trying to move in to help out this Cambrian War Sphinx, which is in turn being focused down by our Gutter Runners here, because, well, the Gutter Runners have a slightly higher armor-piercing missile damage, I think, than the Night Runners with slings. Yes. Well, 3 times as much. 1 and 3. Not a huge difference, mind you, but still a little bit better. And the Night Runners are going to focus the skeleton chariots there. Looks like we're doing okay so far. The Screaming Skull catapults are out, and we did summon a Menace Below on them, and I doubt that these infantry units are going to reach where they need to go because the Plague Claws are once again well positioned on these ridges. I'm actually glad that the enemy deployed the way that they did because it is working out fairly decently in our favor. And even as they try to move, they will continue suffering bombardment. They're going to have to get through a lot of rats for that Cambrian War Sphinx to move into the settlement as well, though this is what it's meant for. Blending basic infantry like this, though we do have a unit of Storm Vermin with halberds moving up to help out. There they are. So even if this Cambrian War Sphinx breaks through the spears, the clan rats with spears, and it will, over time, definitely do so, it'll still have to face off against the Storm Vermin, all the while being hit by shuriken from the Night Runners. Must be at least somewhat irritating. There we go, and in fact the chariots are probably helping us out here by blocking the War Sphinx a little bit, although the chariots are starting to drop under bombardment from the Plague Claws. Granted, the Plague Claws are probably killing a decent amount of our own clan rats, but that's why we've kept the Storm Vermin back like this. Alrighty, let's see what we got going on here. A Legionary Barrage coming in to try to help the enemy and going right through a couple of blobs of clan rat spears and swords. And not too bad, but it looks like we're still managing to hold those chariots fairly well. Over on this side, the enemy Tomb Scorpion has broken through, but we have been keeping our other unit of Storm Vermin and just to deal with this, while the enemy has also moved in all 3 of its units of Necropolis Knights. We have been casting spells on them, however, gonna pop that Warp Bomb as well as the Brass Orb and a few Warp Lightnings, do whatever we can to try to damage them with spells, mostly because we've sent our Storm Vermin and our other effective units elsewhere now. Of course, Bilefitch is also holding here, so they'll have to get through him before they can enter the settlement. And he is going to keep spamming Warp Lightning on them. The Warp Lightning may not be the most effective thing to use against Necropolis Knights, but it does do work, especially Overcast, and knocks a decent amount of them down and out. Alrighty, let's see what we're looking at. In fact, one of them is beginning to fade away. The other 2 are at about 1/3 of their HP remaining, and we do have more and more units moving in. Some Plague Monks about to join the fray, and we do have a couple of reserve Plague Monks back here that we're probably going to send in as well. The enemy has also gotten finally annoyed enough at our Plague Claws to summon a unit of Ushabti on top of them, but we're going to move another unit of Plague Monks to block them off while the Night Runners and the Plague Claws book it the heck out of there. KHALIDA's also now in and is working on moving through the back line here, but we are going to send a Clan Rat unit of Clan Rat Spears to deal with her, or at least hold her back while we deal with the Cambrian War Sphinx, which has finally begun to crumble away. It has managed to rout our Storm Vermin, however, so good job to it, and the Gutter Runners are nearly out of ammunition, but that's most definitely worth it to get a Cambrian War Sphinx out of the picture. Alright, come on, Plague Monks, finish this thing off, and not in a good way. And down goes Big Boy. There we go. The souls leave the construct and it is no more. There are still chariots holding here, but it looks like most of the more threatening enemy units are pretty much done. The Necropolis Knights still working their way through the Plague Monks, and one of the Plague Monks units is in bad shape now, but the enemy Necropolis Knights are similarly in bad shape, and Bilefitch continues to work on them with spells and with Warp Lightning from his Doom Wheel. And they're going down much quicker now by the looks of it. With their HP so low, their models are now starting to pop. And they've also been suffering hits from our Night Runner Slingers this entire time. Beautiful, I see one of them has... Ooh, there's some nice hair on some of those rats. I see some of the Necropolis Knights are beginning to crumble away. And one more last Brass Orb on those units remaining, and that looks like it does enough damage to finish them off. In fact, with the fall of the Necropolis Knights, KHALIDA and the rest of her army has given up, and only KHALIDA remains, probably to kill a few more enemy units, or our units, though it's only Clan Rats remaining. She does have 150 kills nearly, and 14k damage, but that's hardly surprising, because she does have that explosive ability, and that does quite a bit of damage to infantry around her, just like Cetra does. Ooh, and that breath attack from the Necro Serpent she's riding and does quite nice amounts of splash damage as well. What the heck is this? Well, I guess it doesn't matter what it is, because with that, KHALIDA will melt away and the battle will be ours. A close victory, apparently, but we did still have 3 units of full HP, I believe. Plague Monks, these 2 were just about to move in from the reserves to help out against the Necropolis Knights, although it didn't look like they were needed. These Storm Vermin finished off the Tomb Scorpion quite well. A lot better than the other Storm Vermin dealt with that Cambrian War Sphinx, mind you, but I mean, there's a pretty big disparity in the effectiveness of those 2 models. Anyway, another victory for Bilefitch. I guess the Court of Libaris is not going to be able to break through him, and he will hold the Clan Moor's headquarters for us for good. Alrighty, very nice. Bilefitch most definitely added again, taking out KHALIDA and her army. The Kemrian War Sphinx really didn't turn out to be nearly as problematic as I thought it would, and neither did the Tomb Scorpion, and despite the fact that we had a relative lack of elite unit killers or single target killers like we usually use Jezzails for. I guess we're gonna take the money because this army is out, and honestly at this point we may as well just build Scalpite, or Bilefitch rather, a full stack, and have him attack it. Ooh, looky what we've got here. These guys have dared to attack Ikit, and not with miners in giant piles, mind you, but an actual army. We've got ghosties, we've got just a ludicrous amount of artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 artillery pieces. Man, exciting times for Ikit, but well, this definitely demands a proper cinematic fight, so there's no time to fight it this episode, but we'll start off the next one with this. I am very excited for it, and both of these armies do need to be destroyed if we want to continue the destruction of these endgame scenario factions, so we'll jump right on that at the start of next episode. Stay tuned for it. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.